We need to find the midpoint of that line segment. How would you explain that to someone else? Okay, if we were to explain this, what does this say to someone else? Find the midpoint of each line segment. Find the what?
Middle.
Of the... If I had to explain it to my kid, how the heck would I explain that?
Midpoint.
Middle of the line, right? So do kids usually know like a segment? No. So if I had to explain it to my little 6-year-old, okay, I would say find the middle of that line, okay? So some of you guys, especially when you take your SAT, your ASVAB, don't worry about all these fancy words. It says find the middle of the line, right? Is it technically in line? No. But if I was explaining it to my kid, they would be like, here. Okay, somewhere close to the middle, I would hope. Okay, she's freaking 6, but who knows? It depends on her mood that day. Okay, so our very first thing we need to do with the graphing ones is what?
Well, I'm probably going to be wrong, so I'm not going to say it. I guess you're supposed to label them?
We do need to label them, and there's nothing labeled, so I can't find the middle of the line unless I got some coordinates, okay? So we always start at 0. So how am I going to get to this first point?
What?
I go up and down or left and right first?
Left.
Yeah, I got to go left and right, so I'm going to go where?
Up or down?
Back 1, so my x is going to be -1. How do I get to my y from here?
Go
Up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that point is going to be -1, 5. Okay, once again, we start at 0. How do I find this other point? Okay, how many left and right do we go? Do we go left and right? How many do we go?
1. The right one?
Okay, we don't go left and right any because is my line somewhere below or above this or below or above this? Yeah, so we don't go left and right at all. So my x is going to be what?
0.
0. And then how many up or down do I go?
4.
4. So is that, am I going to write 4 or what am I going to write?
-4.
-4. Okay, and so now I got my coordinates and it's just like the top part. Okay, so we're going to label them. It doesn't matter which ones you do. I'm going to say x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Okay, so my first equation should look like 0 plus -1 over 2. And my other one should be -4 plus 5 over 2. Okay, so this one, you type it in your calculator, it's going to end up being -1/2. What's the other one going to be? Okay, so it's going to be -1/2 and a +1/2. Okay, I'm gonna skip what you call it, 9. I want you guys to do that one. Okay, go to 11. What's the?
You just did 9.
What's or 10? Okay. What's the very first thing you need to do, Bree? Oh my gosh, you should be used to it by now. What did we do on the very first thing on the last one? Yes, you do. I'll wait. I got nowhere to be for 8 more hours. Find x and y. Tell me you don't know. I love when you do that. I don't know when I know that you know. You ain't pulling one past nobody. It's been 3 years, okay? You ain't getting away with nothing. Okay, so find our x and y's. So we start at what point?
0.
We start at 0, 0.
Wait, Miss Henning, you forgot a step. We need the label.
Bree already said that step, but we can't label until we figure out what each of the endpoints are on that line segment.
Sorry.
You're okay, but you're right on the right track. So we start at 0, 0. Okay. So from here, how do I get to this one?
I don't know what it is.
Okay, so Bree, how many over do I go? Bree?
What?
I'm bringing some soap. Huh? 2 tough nugget. Count them.
3 over 1. Oops.
Count them. How many over do I gotta go? Huh? I want you to do it. Because then you're going to get a missing sign. I want you to do it. Pick up your pencil. Put it at 0. Oh, it's this one.
3, -3.
No, you left and right
-3,
first.
-3.
Put 0, 0.
Ice cream.
Okay, go back.
Okay. See, this is why
No tough nugget. 1.
I know what it is.
3.
Sending.
It's not over. Yeah, there you go. So over 3, and it's going to be up 1.
Fire today.
Okay, what about the other one? How do we get to the other one?
You go to the left 3, down 3.
So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left 3. So is that going to be plus 3 or minus 3?
Negative 3.
Negative 3, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3
Negative
down.
3 again.
So negative 3 again. Okay, what's our next step going to be?
Okay.
Trevor, what's our next step?
Plug them in.
Plug them in, but what do we need to do before we even plug them in?
So, no, that's not right.
Put them in the formula.
Kinda, but how do I know what goes where?
OMG.
X1, right?
Yeah, so we need to label them. X1, so X sub 1, Y sub 1, X sub 2, Y sub 2. Okay, and now we're ready to plug them in the formula. So I got
-3 and a +3.
-3 and a +3 over 2. And my Y's are going to be
Negative 3.
+1.
over 2. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to have 0 over 2, so it's just going to be 0.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I'm going to have negative 3 plus 1, which is going to be negative 2 over 2, which is just going to be negative 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be 0, negative 1.
I did. Or you just don't have to do what's going on here. I did. I don't know how good I'm doing. I dare you.
Okay, so on 12, what's the first thing we need to do?
Label? No. Wait, yeah, label them. First we have to figure out the coordinates, then label.
Okay, so we need to figure out the coordinates. So, Mario, what's my first set of coordinates?
-3.
-3, I will agree.
+3.
+3. Trevor, what's my second coordinate?
-2,
-2, -4. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to label them.
Wait,
X
what?
sub 1, Y sub 1. X sub 2, Y sub 2.
Miss Henning?
Yes, sir.
X1 should be a -4.
Yeah, you're right.
Am I hearing things up here? Did she just say I was right?
No, I didn't.
You're messing with me.
No, I'm not. I would never say such a thing.
Miss Henning, I can sense when you're messing with me.
Okay, so X sub 1 is going to be -4 plus -2 over 2. And then Y sub 1 is going to be 3 plus -4 over 2. Okay, so for -4 plus -2, it's going to be -6 over 2 is going to be -3. Yeah. Okay, and then 3 plus -4 over 2 is going to end up being negative 1/2.
Crazy.
Okay, and then I'm going to do one more.
I remember that.
Okay, 13. What's the first thing we need to do?
Label
Label them.
and find our coordinates.
Okay, it's going to be find our coordinates and then label them. We can't label anything if we don't know what or where. Okay, so my first coordinates, Hannah, what's my first coordinate going to be? 0, -5. Bree, what's my second one? Oh my God, I called on everybody else too. Well, then I guess you should be. So, how many left and right do we need to go?
That's what I said.
We're looking at this one. So, how do I get to here?
You know what?